Hi everyone, this is Will from Productions², and I guess you can call this a pre-walkthrough video. I just finished with the Dawn of War 2 mod, and I just want to kind of showcase some of the stuff before we actually do the walkthrough. Go ahead and load up to my current most later save here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a mission here and then go over some of the weapons and stuff. Well, we'll do that first, then do the mission. I'm just going to do an optional defend mission. Is that for orcs? No, Tyranids. And then we will start the walkthrough. The walkthrough is not going to be, well, I'm kind of torn on this because I want to do it. I do want to have commentary on it, but then I don't, because I think I'm doing a little too much commentary. So now I won't do any commentary. They'll just be on this section of the walkthrough, this part of this one video. So as you can see, we got a lot of stuff here. Let's see if I can find one of the. Yeah, some of the descriptions are just way too long for the format. So what I'm gonna do though is so you can read up some of the stuff that I've churned out on these things, as I'm going to, in the description of this video, I'll link you to a text file that I'll put up on I'll have put up on our website, and you can go there and view it, and you can read all the different kind of descriptions for these weapons. So you can kind of maybe see some of these other ones that are a little too long for the game here. But as you can see, I think I haven't checked out how many I have right now, but I think at last count it was 294 new pieces of war gear. Most of that being weapons. But I have all the level requirements and all that stuff. Some of the weapons, and I think one or maybe two of the armor war gear have even attributes requirements that you have to have in order to wield them. Like not blinding. Which one is it? I don't think I have Blade of Glory. Is there another one here somewhere? I think there was a hammer. I don't have any hammers. I guess I don't have any that have any of them, but there are a few that do. There are also several new abilities that I've added. We've got a couple that have them here. Relentless Blade does stage 1 of the Black Rage. Essentially what the Black Rage is in the mod here is just a kind of... It's not the actual Black Rage. Well, there is a weapon that does do the actual Black Rage. Let me see. I don't have it right now. I think it's called Curse of Blood or the Cursed Hand or something. But it does do what I call stage 4 Black Rage, which is my approximation of the actual Black Rage. But what these are is weapons that will, through my own lore, that somehow impart the Black Rage onto Space Marines that equip them. So what they are essentially is just a passive ability that runs in the background that boosts your stats and damage and stuff like that, and adds negatives depending on what your energy level is. It also drains energy every so often from your character as well. And once it reaches 0 on the energy, it actually replenishes a little bit so that it can kind of try and rebuild back up to a certain point and then start that process again. It's actually pretty effective. And there's some other more involved abilities, like the Dreadnought. Dreadnoughts. Let me see if I don't have that Dreadnought armor for it though. There's a Dreadnought ability an ability that's given to the Dreadnought through armor that allows them to self-destruct if they have a certain amount of HP. It does a hell of a lot of damage too. Then you also have edits to item abilities and such that are already in the game. Like for instance, this able to cast the Rosarius as an energy-based ability. There's also a Rites of Repair energy based skill as well. One of the big problems that I was looking at with the mod as I was getting in later stages is realizing how really weak the armor was in relation to the strength of the enemies. For instance, until I went through the armor and really beefed them up with damage resistances and increased health and all that stuff, my guys were getting cut down pretty easily. And it's still not, these aren't really overpowered. Well, they are overpowered, but the enemies are overpowered too. At level 38, or even over level 30, they're overpowered. So it kind of cancels each other out. So it's a good mix. You'll see during the mission what'll happen here. What I want to do now is I want to get around to equipping these guys. I like what I have with these two here. Cromarg, which has pretty high damage, increases melee skill. It does decrease ranged damage resistance and sight range, but I'm pretty good with that. And then we have the Black Rage, Stage 2, given by Sunder the Flesh. That's the only thing it does, besides the 98 damage on that. Yeah, I have the FC equipped with the Fury of the Emperor armor. What this does is, it's whenever you're attacked, it'll actually has a on-hit action, if you will. So that when you're attacked, your enemies can get damaged at an 8% chance. I was thinking about making a some sort of ability that would do this with the whole fanfare of effects and all that, but it just wasn't. I couldn't figure out how to do on-death abilities. There's no way to actually use there's no on-death kind of function that checks, you know, if a character has died, then do this. Even though there are a couple of ability actions that can do that, but there's no way to create a handmade action that can do that. It's all built into the code base, and you don't have access to that. If I did, I might have been able to do a lot more with these abilities. But let's just switch over to Thaddeus here. I have him in Terminator armor with the Dragon's End. As you can see, it's pretty beefy armor. Drops melee damage resistance, but you get all these other perks here. He has equipped the Storm of Purging, which is a pretty strong Thunder Hammer / Storm Shield weapon. Again, lots of positives, but we do have that minus 50% damage resistance there. That may not be correct anymore. If it is, I'd be surprised, because what was supposed to happen is I went through and looked at all these, and we supposedly had dropped everything down. If it was underneath 10, cut it in half, or underneath 10, left it alone. Between 10 and 20, cut it in half. Over 20, take 20 off, and if it's over 50, take 80% off. Apparently that didn't happen with this, or maybe it did and I didn't change the negative message there. But it should be interesting to see what happens. I've got Avitus here, has no armor because I'm cheap. All I have is Blighted armor, which is blightedly stupid to use. Minus 51 armor rating. Otherwise you can't equip any of this other stuff. Oh wait, he's supposed to be able to use this. Oh, level 40. Okay. That makes sense. And all this other stuff's for other people. And that's minus 60. Wow. Of course it does have the 75% damage resistance, but only the FC can wear it. He has equipped the Purgatory Pyre. It's just a really effective missile launcher, as you can see. I'm actually going to not use that. Well, if he had armor, I would use him, but at 2 armor rating, he's not going to be too useful. So we'll see what we'll do about that. So, come to Cyrus. He doesn't have a weapon, but he has Death to Tyranids equipped, which has a passive ability called Chitin Dissolve, and that essentially adds extra damage to Tyranid enemies. I'm not really sure if it works or not. I have not been able to get to get a ability effect to work with it, so I don't know if it's actually working or not. It could be though. It could be. I don't know. I tried dozens of times to get the ability effects to work with it, but it just wouldn't happen, so I decided to say screw it. If it's working, it works. If not, then, well, whatever. Let's get rid of some of these. I want to equip this one. We'll do these and this. Because we're going to be replacing Avitus with Davian Thule here. I'll also go ahead and equip him with I think I'm maybe one of these flamers. So the Eradicator, 10% range. These other two are the same ones as Death Flame. 40 damage, 50 damage. I think we'll go with that. Alright, so let's jump out real quick here. Switch out Avitus for Thule. Look at what Tarkus has here. He's got the King's Call equipped. And I just said equipped. Weird. The ability Warp Drain works, sort of. How it works is actually will drain. It'll do, I think, 165 damage to your target, and then it drains, I think it's 15 energy a second from that target. The ability effect that is supposed to be applied to the target doesn't work, but the one that applies to the user of the ability, the equipper of the weapon, does. Go ahead and take that off of him. Got some other things here, like some power swords. So let's go up to Thule here. He has equipped the Plant of the Sanctified, which is what I have over here. All of them, really. Go ahead and throw these out, so you don't need them. Oh, cool. Thaddeus got leveled up here. Sweet. So, for a weapon, though, we have the Hymn of Regalia, which has some pretty decent negatives for +6 will, combat discipline. Or we can use this one, the Progeny of the Scar, which again has some pretty massive negatives, but a few more positives. I think we'll go with that. And then we'll also equip that. Oh, what's the damage like? This level 12.6. That's way more damage anyway, so yeah. Okay, I think that's going to round out our group here. Wish I had some of the weapons that had abilities on them, but maybe I'll make I guess I'll make the Dreadnought armor that does that attack. Let's see. There's also one. Well, I don't know. We'll see what happens. Anyway, so let's go ahead and get the Defend the Foundry mission started.
Swarm continues to run.
Oh, this one. I hate this map. This map is just a pain in the ass. I did a couple test battles just now, and they were pretty... It was pretty good, the balance. I thought it was maybe going a little bit overboard.
Attack, but the generators powering it are much more fragile. If the swarm destroys those, we will no longer have access to the foundry, regardless of its state.
Then they will not fall.
We'll see what happens here.
Assault squad repositioning.
I was having to fight a lot of Carnifexes. Let's come back here a bit. Don't want to get too far out. Alright, let's see, let's get some more.
Tearing it down. Show our strength. Destroy them.
Alright, let's pop down one of these. And I'll pop down another one here. Make sure we get these guys taken care of here. Dreadnought's pretty beefy in this, with these, Let's bring them back. The one thing I think I messed up with these is that I took off on my, some of my weapons. There were some weapons that had 2 weapons in the file for them, and I didn't really understand why. And it turns out that they are 4. There's Cyrus at. They're 4, like, in this case, where you have a weapon that has 2, that's like 2-handed or something, or a flamer that has, you know, like a melee component to it. That I took out, but oh, we'll deal with them. Where are they coming from this time? Ooh, up north.
Enemy located.
Damn it, where are you? There we go. I'm gonna plop one down here. Get back. Back. Some stuff getting dropped. I actually toned down the drop rates a little bit. There's already got my Carnifex coming now. Wow. Oh, this is the last wave. Maybe that's why. I don't know if it's the last wave or not. No, we still got some more coming.
Assault squad ready to deploy. Down. Next target. Assault squad.
Actually increased also the range of level of weapons. What the hell? Did that Carnifex just pop in here? It's a boss Carnifex. Oh great, this guy's getting yeah. Thaddeus is getting his ass handed to him. So as you can see, it's not uber easy. Still pretty easy to get killed. But it is a little bit overpowered. Some of this weaponry is. I was gonna make some stuff, wasn't I? Oh well. You'll get to see it probably in the. Yeah, so here's one: reanimation. Allows you to sacrifice the whatever health your dreadnought has left to revive any unconscious allies around it. I think it's in a 50-meter radius. Ooh, all 5. Nice. Crimson Psyker. Sanguine Pistol. Let's see. Power suit seems to come up a lot. For some reason. Not really sure why.
Well done, Commander.
So that's pretty much it. There's a lot of new war gear, so it is possible we could miss something when we go through the walkthrough, but we'll just have to see. Again, the link in the description. You can go to read all the various item descriptions. I spent about 2.5 months doing all the information, and I think I pretty much tapped out the entirety of the Warhammer 40,000 Wikia in order to make this stuff. So if you're more interested in the deeper backstory of Dawn of War, then there you have it. But that's going to be it for this video. Hope you found it at least somewhat amusing. The walkthrough is going to be starting pretty soon. Going to be recording it here in just a little bit. But I will see you then.